Today, we are thrilled to introduce a multifaceted and a very talented personality who has craved his niche through his talent as journalist. He is postgraduated from IIMC, which is most reputed and first journalism college in India. He is working as an assistant editor in TV9 Gujarati news channel, carrying more experience than a decade. He has conducted more than 100 interviews in his career, from politicians to Bollywood celebrities. He is also a creative writer known for his short films, series and stories. He had also done shows on electronic gadgets and automobiles too. So he is none other but Mr. Axay Shroff, sir. I, Ishra, with my friend Asta, welcomes you to the Heroes of Ahmedabad series 2. We are excited to explore his journey, insight into the media and entertainment. We are thrilled to be with you, sir.
Thank you so much for such a beautiful intro, and special thanks to Divyapath for inviting. So looking forward for it.
So sir, my first question to you is, you have been taking interviews of famous celebrities and personalities. So how are you feeling today when you are going to be a guest and answer the questions?
Yeah, to be very honest, this is my first interview because I've taken so many interviews, but giving interview is something which makes me nervous. Because I am used to asking questions, but then when I got a chance, when I got a call from this school management about coming here, I was so excited because of few things. Because I wanted to interact with young kids and wanted to experience this. So thankful for the opportunity.
So tell us about the most challenging experience you had.
Challenging experience because professionally I have a different mindset. I don't think, I don't take life as a challenge, but then personally, on personal level, I had many challenges from 2019 to now. But then professionally, I take it as a learning experience because whatever comes in your way, you have to take in that way where you can deliver better because you have no option. If you take that thing as a challenge, then it becomes very heavy in your mind and then you don't deliver it better. So personal thing and professional thing both are different. Professionally, I don't take anything as a challenge.
Why did you choose this career?
Yeah, when I was a kid, I still remember I was in class 8 and there was a match between India and Sri Lanka at Ahmedabad Stadium. And one of the senior TV journalists who was there, and she was giving live on his news channel. I was so amazed to see her for the first time live, and then giving this and watching this process was something that was my first experience to think and know or maybe curious about this industry. So I had a word with my dad that I want to be this on that spot only. So from there on, my interest for the career started. On a personal level, I knew from the beginning that this industry requires good communication skills. So I was in a call center for 5 years, from 2006 to 2011, somewhere. Then I knew that I had a good communication skills. So the most important part for the industry is that you have to communicate it better. So if you have that, the other things can be learned. So good communication skill and that memory of seeing a journalist giving live on television, these are the two things that I felt that I want to be in the industry. So that's how the process started.
What was your experience when you joined IIMC?
Yeah, first of all, when I was in call center, one of my closest friends, he introduced me this. He introduced this word IIMC because in Gujarat you don't have that culture of doing journalism or focusing on journalism or current affairs and issues. So in 2010, one of my friends said that if you go for this institute, you will be able to achieve your dream because so many big names like from Ravish Kumar to Saurabh Dwivedi, all of them are from IIMC. So I started searching about the institute, and that I came to know that this is one of the prestigious institutes of India and the first of journalism school which started in India. So I started searching about it. In 2010, I had a dream to appear for the entrance exam, and had a dream to be in IIMC. So started preparing in somewhere in 2010, and in 2011 I went for written exam and then interview, and I was the only one in Gujarat who cleared it. So that was my dream and I achieved it.
Earlier, there was no information available so easily. So, who guided you to choose this career?
To be very honest, even not in my family, nobody is from this industry, and not even my friends. I was, the way I said, because of the good communication skill, and then I wanted to do something in the field of communication only. I initially, in the beginning, thought if I have a good communication skill, I can go for sales and marketing, because these are the fields where you can do better if you are a good communicator. So having this skill in my life, I was searching for the options. And then I told you that when I was in 8th, I had this memory. So journalism was somewhere there in my mind. I started searching on internet, and I found out how to do it and what is the process and which are the institutes in Ahmedabad or even in Delhi or even in Pan India. So searching on internet, that helped me because there was no reference in my close groups or in my family. So yeah, that helped me.
Sir, who is your inspiration?
Inspiration in the field or in overall? Overall, because मेरे जितने close लोग हैं, they know that my inspiration like Shah Rukh Khan, Sachin Tendulkar, and then I always wanted to be a singer when I was a child. So Sonu Nigam, these are the people that I read about them, and I take positive things about their life, and I somewhere try to learn from their experiences, their interviews, their books, because I'm a reader too. So yeah, these are the 3-4 personalities, and even more, but then abhi nahi aa raha dimag mein. But then yes, these 3-4 personalities that are my inspiration.
Sir, we were actually checking your post where you have posted a picture of gratitude. So in that you have sent a message that life is a roller coaster. So what really do you mean by this statement?
Well, I have to go back to 2017. Till 2017, the way I said, whether it is IIMC or starting my own business, I was doing what I dreamt about till 2017. But then in 2017, I started my own business, and in 2019, COVID came. So all my plans flopped. So I had a heavy loss in business. And in 2019, I left my journalism career thinking about doing or expanding business. So all my plans were completely failed, and I was jobless for almost 2.5 years, maybe 3 years, because during COVID time, I was reapplying in media, but then nobody was there to take me back because people were uncertain about the industry and the future because of COVID. So I had to be at home for almost 3 years, and then I thought I won't be able to come back in the industry. So in 2022, I got a call from TV9 to rejoin, and then I did that. And just a week back, I was promoted as assistant editor. So when I look back in my life, I feel like it's a roller coaster, because sometimes you go up, then suddenly you come down, and then again you re-enjoying the process. So that was the reason I put that caption that life is truly a roller coaster. You have to expect the unexpected.
What benchmark made you different from others?
Well, first of all, because of my reading and I read a lot about self-help books, and that made me realize that I'm no different. It is just that I live in present. So there was no benchmark to make me or believe me different. But then yes, for sure that I live in present, and I try to do or give my best in the present time. So that eventually take you to somewhere, because what happens is that when you set a benchmark, if you don't deliver that, you don't enjoy that. But then somewhere in the process, you must have been somewhere where you can enjoy small little things about your life. So when you start doing that, you realize after some years or some months or some years that you have reached somewhere, and then you feel blessed, you feel grateful about everything. So I take life in that way.
How is the news prepared and how much hours of practice you need before publishing a news?
It's an interesting process. So first of all, in the news channel, there are mainly two departments. One is input and one is output. So input departments are those generally you know as reporters, those who bring news to the office. And then output is the department जो present करता है, like anchors and then copy editors and then producers, and these are the different departments. So इनपुट जब एक बार न्यूज़ लेकर आए एंड देन आउटपुट उसको डिलीवर करें. जब वो चीज़ होती है, व्हेन आई वर्क एज एन एंकर, वी हैव डिफरेंट पीपल. लाइक फर्स्ट इज कॉपी एडिटर, दे राइट द न्यूज़. ओके. द सेकंड इज वीडियो एडिटर, जो वीडियो एडिटिंग करता है न्यूज़ के अकॉर्डिंग. एंड द थर्ड वन इज प्रोड्यूसर, जो रन ऑर्डर डिसाइड करता है कि कौन सा न्यूज़ कौन से ऑर्डर पे चलेगा. एंड देन द फोर्थ वन इज द एंकर हु प्रेजेंट्स, कि जिसको टीवी पे आप देखते हो. तो ये पूरा प्रोसेस रहता है. उसको अलग अलग डिपार्टमेंट द्वारा वेरीफाई भी किया जाता है. जैसे कोई न्यूज़ आ रहा है, अगर यहाँ कुछ हुआ है तो उसको वेरीफाई करना इज़ इम्पॉर्टेंट, सो दैट वी नीड टू मेक श्योर कि कुछ मिस इन्फॉर्मेशन ना चली जाए टीवी पे. सो वो पूरा प्रोसेस रहता है जिसमें वेरिफिकेशन होता है, जिसमें कोई अलग लिखता है, कोई एडिट करता है, कोई उसको प्रेजेंट करता है. ये पूरा प्रोसेस.
What do you think would be the most smarter way to engage people through news media?
अभी ऐसा हो चुका है बिकॉज in 2024, because of social media influence, you have to be as realistic as possible and you have to be as easy as possible. Previously, there was a time where journalism and news presentation had do's and don'ts, etiquettes as well. But then now, if you can be more real, if I have to interact with you and if I interact in your way of understanding news or understanding events, then it becomes kind of, आप connect कर पाते हो. So connection is very important. अब ऐसा हो चुका है कि you have to be real. और अगर आप real हो, अगर आप ऐसी लैंग्वेज बोल रहे हो जो लोग बोल रहे हैं आसपास सोशल मीडिया की वजह से, तो वो लोग ज़्यादा देखते हैं, तो वो लोग ज़्यादा पसंद भी करते हैं. पहले ऐसा होता था कि एक फॉर्मेट में बोलना होता है. अब ऐसा हो जाता है कि चाहे गुजराती हो, हिंदी हो या इंग्लिश हो, वो लैंग्वेज आप जितनी रियल रखो उतना अच्छा प्रेजेंटेशन होता है और ओवरऑल आपके व्यूअर्स आपके साथ जुड़ते जाते हैं. सो दैट इज़ द सिंपल प्रोसेस.
As social media has become a part of influencer in people's lives, so how do you engage your viewers through social media?
सोशल मीडिया सबसे पावरफुल प्लेटफॉर्म है. उसमें ऐसा होता है कि अगर आप उसको जल्दी न्यूज़ देते हो या फिर जो खबर लोगों तक नहीं पहुंची उसके पहले आप अगर उसको पहुंचाते हो, सो सोशल मीडिया से वायरल हो जाती है चीज़ें. हमने कई बार देखा है. तो सोशल मीडिया के आने के बाद और ख़ास तौर पर लॉकडाउन के बाद जो चीज़ें बदली है, तो उसमें आपको रिलेवेंट होना ज़रूरी है और उतना ही फास्ट होना ज़रूरी है, खास करके न्यूज़ की इंडस्ट्री में. अगर ये दो चीज़ें हैं तो सोशल मीडिया थ्रू आप चेंज ला सकते हो, क्योंकि लोगों का कहीं ना कहीं न्यूज़पेपर, रेडियो और टेलीविज़न से फोकस शिफ्ट होकर थोड़ा मोबाइल की ओर आया है. तो ये चीज़ें ऐसी है कि अगर आप जितनी क्विक कर पाओ तो आप ज़्यादा रेलेवेंट हो और लोगों तक पहुँच सकते हो.
How many years you have been selected as a host of Super Prime Time?
First interview, maybe 2014, when I went to फिल्म स्टार, वो एक फिल्म का प्रमोशन था, तब वो इंटरव्यू किया था. That was the time because आपको बहुत सारे लोग लाइव देखते होते हैं. स्टूडियो में ऐसा होता है because you are the only one. No, you have to read and there is nobody to watch. So when you go on field and when you interview someone, there are people behind the camera, just like we have right now. So there was a time where you become nervous. So nervousness तो होना natural भी है, क्योंकि आप super human तो हो नहीं, because you have, वो चीज़ें धीरे धीरे होती है. So nervousness भी important है. वो बताती है कि आप सीख रहे हो, you're learning. जब लर्न करते हो पहली बार में, अगर आप जैसे आप कोई भी काम ले लो, आप साइकिल जब पहली बार चलाए थे तो नर्वसनेस थी ना, डर भी था ना, पर नर्वसनेस तो अच्छी साइन है कि अगर आप नर्वस हो तो आप सीख रहे हो. सो वो एक्सपीरियंस थोड़ा नर्वसनेस से भरा हुआ था और फिर स्लोली एंड ग्रेजुअली आप सीखते जाते हो, करते जाते हो, बेटर होते जाते हो. पहले इंटरव्यू में हाँ, आई वॉज नर्वस.
What is the importance of fact checking in your field?
वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, आई मीन दी मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट। अगर आप फैक्ट चेक नहीं करते हो तो देखो, अगर आपने नहीं चेक किया और आपने ऑनर कर दिया तो उसका इम्पैक्ट बहुत बहुत ही आपने सोचा ना हो उतना सोसाइटी के लिए गलत हो सकता है। आपकी अगर मिस इन्फॉर्मेशन कोई एक सोसाइटी में एक तबका है उसको लड़वा भी सकता है। आप अगर कुछ मिस इन्फॉर्मेशन देते हो तो केओस क्रिएट हो सकता है। सो मेरे हिसाब से ऐसा है, द फैक्ट चेकिंग इन मीडिया इंडस्ट्री इज द मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट थिंग।
How do you ensure accuracy in your work?
एक्यूरेसी का ऐसा है कि यू डोंट हैव टू थिंक अबाउट इट, बिकॉज व्हेन यू डोंट थिंक अबाउट इट यू बी नेचुरल अबाउट इट। So when you be natural about it, you be present in the moment, and being present in the moment takes you to accuracy. So जब आप वहाँ पर होते हो, because right now there is no thought in my mind, because I am completely available here and I am talking to you. So when I'm here, I'm accurate. So that is as simple as that. You don't have to put so many thoughts when you are talking to someone or you're doing some work. Even when you're studying. Accuracy is what? Accuracy is when you're present in the moment, that takes you to, accuracy.
Can you share the backstage management before publishing a news?
Backstage process, the way I said earlier, because there are different departments. So backstage process is a person who is writing the news. The first person is a reporter who brings it, and then the one who writes it, and the one who edits it, and the one who makes run order to make sure that the news value stays there, and the one who presents. So these are the 4-5 departments, and this is the process where every news has to go through. So these are the process which news channels follow.
Any weird experience you respond after releasing your news?
Very few, but then I still remember there was a news about a godman, and then when I was presenting it, because that godman was convicted for rape, and then I was presenting it, and then I got a couple of messages on my Instagram saying that you don't know about the fact, and you people are just making chaos, and you're giving wrong information, and then those bad words. But then that's a part of process, because when you are presenting something, there has to be a tabka or a group of people who won't like it. So they will respond. Their response will be on their understanding of the news. So often you get this on your Instagram and on your social media, different response for different news. So that is a part of a journalist's life.
How do you deal with a personality who does not like to answer during an interview?
I feel there are two things, because when you ask a question, you have to judge the response. So, for example, if they are firmly saying no or they're denying, you don't have to go ahead with the question. But if you feel that there is a chance, he is responding in a 50-50 manner, so there is still a chance to ask a question with different words, guma fira ke. So you have to judge, because if somebody is denying it completely and doesn't want to answer, you don't have to force. But then if you feel as a journalist, because that depends on your understanding of the answer. So if you think that there is a chance, you can still ask the same question in a different way.
If you were asked to change or have any reform in media industry, what would that be?
I feel somewhere, because see, I am not that capable to suggest something, but then to industry. But then I feel TV industry has to be more real in terms of understanding the audience, because time has changed. Social media influence is so much in the society that you have to come up with the shows or programs that are liked by people. For example, podcast. Podcast is a new medium of engaging people and connecting people. So in TV industry, you have to, this is just an example, you have to come up with these kind of ideas where you see people enjoy it on social media. You have to come up with those ideas on television. So again, then you have to be more relevant to the audience. So if you do that, yes, that can be done.
So how do you cope with this deadlines, like tight deadlines? जैसे कि कुछ भी हो गया, कुछ इमरजेंसी न्यूज़ आ गई कि कुछ इमरजेंसी हो गई कि मॉल में फायर हो गया, कोई मर गया या कुछ ऐसा होता है, फेमस पर्सनालिटीज डाई ऑफ, तो ऐसा कुछ इमरजेंसी न्यूज़ होती है तो आप कैसे कोप अप करते हो?
यहाँ पर टीम वर्क सबसे ज़्यादा काम करता है, बिकॉज इंडिविजुअल कोई नहीं होता. जैसे कोई बड़ी खबर हो गई, न्यूज़ ऐसा आ गया, तो आपको मेक श्योर करना है कि स्पॉट पे कोई हो जो आपकी टीम में से हो, जो ज़्यादातर रिपोर्टर ही होते हैं. तो अगर वो वहाँ पर है तो उसको वहाँ से उसके साथ कम्युनिकेट करके आप ऑथेंटिक चीज़ें लेकर उसको पूरी टीम वर्क के प्रोसेस से टीवी तक ले जा सकते हो. So the most important person in this process is a reporter who is there, and then it starts from there to television. So this is the process. एक बंदा कुछ नहीं कर सकता, इसका पूरा टीम प्रोसेस है. अगर टीम आपकी स्ट्रॉन्ग है, अगर टीम आपकी इतनी मंजी हुई है कि जहाँ पर आप कोई एरर नहीं करोगे, वो चीज़ें क्विक डिसाइड करनी होती है, वो एक्सपीरियंस से आती है. पर वंस यू हैव दैट एक्सपीरियंस एंड वंस यू हैव नो दोज काइंड ऑफ पीपल इन योर टीम, it becomes easy even if the news is panicking, or maybe the news has just come as a breaking news. It becomes easy.
Lastly, can you share a piece of advice to the students like us who want to be a good news reporter?
First of all, know your strength, because when I was in school I was always good in communication, so I somewhere had that idea that I speak good. So when I speak good, I have to go for the career which has which requires a good people to communicate. So even in my family, like all the stereotype thoughts of career as when you are in 10th you take science and then you become doctor, engineer, and then when you take commerce you do MBA or CA. These are the general things in life, but then I wanted to do something in the field of communication, and that's why after 12th I joined call center. So after 12th I was working in a call center, and then I was somewhere working on my skills to convince people. So when I did that for 5 years, I went to IIMC, and then I am a journalist now. So I was totally focused on this.
On the behalf of entire team of Divyapath School, I would like to express our sincere thanks and gratitude to you for sharing insight of your beautiful journey. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you so much, Divyapath, for inviting me. और मैं भी इनसे कुछ सीखा हूँ, इसलिए क्योंकि हर एक जनरेशन आपको कुछ सिखा रही है. So thank you for the opportunity and thank you.